Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Holowitz and I want to talk to you about working with contacts within the address book, and I want to show you some different options. One of the first options is if you double click on a contact, it opens it up in the contact dialog box. So now what you have the ability to do is you can edit the contact. So I want to show you a couple little things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type in my phone number here in my office, 781-641-0909, and I'm going to hit the tab key. And I want you to observe that it now has taken my phone number and formatted it to look like a phone number. I'm going to move down to the business address and I'm going to type in 34 Sunset Road, Arlington, Mass. And you'll see as excuse me, I'm going to hit enter to go down a line, and I'm going to type this in more detail. Bear with me just a moment. But what you're going to see is you can edit your contact whenever you see fit. And you might have a different mailing address from the actual address. Maybe the mailing address is a PO. So you have some different ways you can work with this. But you can add a lot of different information. You can even create your own unique fields. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that because, again, there are some things that I'm not going to get into in some of these early tutorials. I'll get into them later. But I edited the contact by just simply double clicking on the contact, and this box opened up. I'm going to go up and click on Save and Close. And one of the reasons I did that is because I wanted you to see that the more information you have within the contact, the more that it will show up when you're looking at the contact on the screen. So you have more of a visual. But the next thing I want you to observe is some of the things that will occur when you look at the contact and right click on the contact. Well, from the contact you can send them a new email message, you can schedule an appointment, send a meeting request, create a task, or a journal entry. You can call the contact. So I'm going to click on this and you'll see it will fill in my information, and if I want to set up an automatic dialing system on my computer, I can do it that way. So there are a lot of little things you can do with this, and I'm going to click close just to get away from that. So when you enter a contact in Outlook, my advice is this. If you're going to take the time to enter a contact, enter the most complete information you possibly can. And when you do that, make sure that the information is accurate, things like company, address, phone number, because eventually as you start adding contacts, you're going to run into duplicates, and it's going to be important to have complete information so that if you have to deal with duplicates, you're going to be able to deal with it based on what contact information there is. But duplicates is a discussion for another day. But my advice is go the extra few minutes and make sure all the contact information is accurate, because it will come back to you in the future. My name is Tony Holowitz, and I want to thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.